All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Sergeant Logan Browse, and I serve as the Director of the Communications Office. Thank you for joining us this morning as we showcase our upgraded patrol vehicles. Joining us here today is Lieutenant Colonel George Bivens, Acting Commissioner. To his left is Major Mark Major, the Director of the Bureau of Communications and Information Services. To his left is Captain George Ritchie, Director of Radio and Fleet Technology Services Division. And to his left is Captain Brian Wolf, Director of Transportation. After a few brief remarks, we invite you all to join us for a tour of the facility and the patrol vehicles. I'd now like to turn it over to Colonel Bivens. Thank you.
The other thing I'm going to talk about is the new lighting system. So, very advanced from where we were. Simply before, you turn the switch on, shut it off. Wasn't a whole lot else than that. This new system follows what we call the smart concepts for lighting. So when you put your lights on the car, we look strategically where we're going to mount them. So if you look at our Tahoe, it'll be the first car that has the lights pulled out of the grill and actually put on the push bumper. Strategically, that makes the lights more visible at a low level when someone's sitting low in a low car, to see those lights as a car is coming through an intersection. The M is for meaningful lighting patterns and systems. So with our arrow sticks, as the colonels mentioned before, if you synchronize all those arrow sticks to tell people to move to a certain direction, that message gets portrayed much further down the road if you have all those arrow sticks synced together. Same with our lights. You'll see a demonstration when we go outside. The light bars all sync up. That helps push that message further down the road. We also automate a lot of things now with the light bars. So if you hit the brakes very hard, it's going to turn the whole back of that light bar red. Average driving, it's not going to do it. You hit it really hard, it's going to light up. Also, simply by the trooper taking the car in and out of park, it completely changes how the light system operates. So that ties into some other things with the reduced intensity. That's the R part of it. So reduced intensity makes it a lot easier for the motorist to see to get around the car in an incident. At nighttime, it's automatically going to reduce the lights and dim them down so it's easier to see. It's also going to slow the flash pattern down so it's not as crazy and flashing real intense. You'll notice on our cars too, there's flashing white wig-wag headlights and white lights in the light bar. It's also going to automatically disable all that stuff. So that's all automated. Trooper does not need to do anything other than simply take the car in and out of park. The last part of it is the tiered approach. So you'll see with our cars rolling out this year, there's more lights at a lower level, a lower tier. So that's to help someone, if you're in a smaller car at a lower level, it puts lights more at head level with those drivers so they can see them easier. You know, as the patrol cars are getting larger and you have the light bars up on the roof, that tiered level makes it easier to see. So also with this change comes a significant upgrade with our siren system and public address system. We'll do a demonstration of that when we go outside, but we've gone from 100 watts to 400, and we also have pre-recorded messages that we can use for certain incidents that the trooper can simply hit a button and walk away from the car, and that public address system will keep repeating that message over and over in English and in Spanish. So, any questions about that so far? All right, so what I'm going to talk a little bit next is all the work that these guys have to do to get these cars ready to outfit. It's not as simple as just buying it and put it in the car. So what these guys do, every time there's a model year change and something changes in that car, they have to completely reevaluate how everything goes into that car. So they'll work with the manufacturers. There's a lot of upfitting work to make all that equipment adapt and fit in the car properly. They also go out and make traffic stops, handle incidents, and go out to the stations and get feedback from the troopers on the road to see how they like or don't like how they're looking to do something. Once all that is done, then they also airbag test our cars. Our cars go through airbag testing to do two things. Verify that airbag is not going to be impeded in any way when it gets deployed because of equipment we put in there, and also to verify it's not going to knock anything loose that we have mounted in the car. So a lot of work for these guys to go out and get this all done. We did a very, very quick turnaround to transition from the lighting system we have to the lighting system we're going to. We upfitted 426 cars this cycle, and it was a very intense cycle to get this all ready to rock and roll. So that's the smart lighting. So once that's all figured out and they're ready to install this stuff, then we work closely with transportation to start the assembly process to roll these cars out. We typically roll about 20 to 25 cars per week through our contractor. That's what Sean Carter's in charge of, making sure that gets coordinated. So we'll get a list of cars from Captain Wolf's group. It says these certain cars are ready to go and get replaced at a certain station. We'll notify the station about 3 weeks in advance that their car is going to be getting replaced. We'll then pull the new car assigned to that station in and have it pre-wired by our vendor. The reason we pre-wire it is we reuse all this technology hardware over and over again. If you're getting a new car at a station, that doesn't mean you're getting a brand new radio, brand new computer. We save a lot of money by reusing this stuff over and over. So we'll pre-wire all this, the wiring that's needed to make it basically a plug-and-play solution. And then the station will show up with their old car. The vendor has 2 hours to park the old car next to the new car and move that hardware over, and then they're back over here to transportation for a final inspection, get their paperwork, and then they're back to the field to put the car in service. So that's our cycle for cycling the cars and reusing all the equipment. Any questions on that part?